Welcome to the Kessler Law Firm podcast. I'm your host, Michael Kessler, and today we're going to talk about the big bad wolf. You see, the federal government decided that it would be a good idea to reintroduce gray wolves to Colorado. Gray wolves haven't been in Colorado in decades, but the feds thought it'd be a good idea to bring them back. Well, the ranchers, the cattlemen and women are not having it. Yesterday, the cattle industry filed suit in federal court to get an injunction to block the feds from bringing back the wolves. The Colorado Cattlemen's and Gunnison County Stock Growers Association filed a lawsuit in federal court against Colorado Parks and Wildlife and U.S. Fish and Wildlife to try to stop the return of the wolves. This reminds me of an episode of the old West Wing TV show. In the West Wing, well, let me set the stage. In Andrew Jackson's White House, in the front foyer, once a month, Andrew Jackson had a 2-ton block of cheese. It was called Big Block of Cheese Day, and they opened the doors of the White House and invited in anyone who wanted to talk to anybody at the White House. It was a way for people whose voices ordinarily don't get heard to be heard. On one of the Big Block of Cheese days, a group of environmentalists came in to see Press Secretary C.J. Craig with their story of Pluie the Wolf, and they wanted the federal government to pay for a wolves only highway. Of course, that was a ridiculous idea because, first of all, how would the wolves know to stay on the highway? Oh, the sordid tale came to a tragic end when the environmentalists revealed that Louis the Wolf had been shot and killed by a cattle rancher in Wyoming the month before. Alas, no wolves only highway, and looks like that's the way it's going to be in Colorado too. The ranchers are facing a number of challenges already without adding wolves to their problems. They're facing falling stock prices. They're facing a country that doesn't eat as much beef as it used to. And my guess is when this thing is finally heard in federal court, the ranchers and their cattle will prevail. Thanks for tuning in to the Kessler Law Firm podcast today. I'm your host, Michael Kessler, and it's good to see you. If you'd like to subscribe to our podcast, you can find us on YouTube or any of your streaming services. Thanks, and see you again soon.